Hey guys, welcome back to an interesting video on Wild Rifts. We're back with an updated Ezreal commentary guide. So now, if you guys notice, we already have an Ezreal complete guide. We already have an Ezreal commentary guide before that, but obviously after we make those two, we're gonna have more videos on a particular champion, in this case Ezreal. So Ezreal is the first champion that we've reached that we got multiple gameplays that we want to cover, and this game in particular we got some important lessons to learn, particularly from about playing from behind. So in future, after you guys see a commentary guide and a complete guide of a champion, you guys can expect to see, you know, more commentary guides later on, or gameplays like Xayah. I have released some gameplays as well, and still working on the Xayah complete guide, so expect that soon. But first up here, you guys can see I'm just being really aggressive, just trying to poke out the Xayah at the start of the lane phase. We're only level 1, but I'm just shooting all my mystic shots, just trying to get off as much damage as I can on her. Of course, she just eats the fruit. Janna eats the fruit as well, so we basically traded Xayah's health for Janna's health. So here Xayah's going aggressive. I'm going to shift out of the way so I don't get rooted. Janna does get the exhaust on, and basically if she didn't flash that mystic shot, we might have actually gotten the kill there. But now Xayah's low, I'm low, Janna's about half health, and Seraphine has just been taken down to about 2/3 health. So at level 2, it's already a very interesting laning phase. Here I hit level 3, and I really want to kill Xayah, but we do get the knockup on the Seraphine. I do hit my WQ combos on it. Here, if you guys notice, Janna is going to be chasing the Seraphine all the way to the second tier tower. So Janna is going to get the kill on the Seraphine, but unfortunately the tower shot does kill Janna. So now it's just me versus Xayah 1-on-1. So here I make a really major mistake. If you guys can see, I shift right into her feathers, and I do get destroyed right there. So as a Xayah player myself, obviously I know that you don't want to shift into the feathers, but my intention there was to shift past the feathers and then get off my skill shots on her and get the kill on her. Unfortunately, what actually happened was that I shifted into the feathers, or rather I should say between Xayah and her feathers, which is definitely not the location you want to be in. Really ashamed of myself there, especially being a Xayah player myself. So in this game, it's no spoiler because it's in the title, but we're gonna be getting pretty behind at the start of the game, and then we're gonna be, you know, seeing what we do from there. We're gonna be having a comeback. It's no spoiler because it's in the title, but here Xayah's already gotten a kill on us. Janna gets rooted, but I'm gonna just try to trade as much as possible. Xayah goes way too aggressive because Seraphine did get knocked up there. I ultimate and half health the Seraphine with my ultimate, then full out with the Q. So basically we kill Xayah, we force Seraphine out of lane, we get something back. So that's pretty good. Xayah, honestly, not the best decision making there to go so aggressive because Seraphine was not with her, so she essentially put herself into a 2v1, even though technically Seraphine was with her in the lane. However, Seraphine completely out of position there, so we do manage to get the kill on Xayah because of that. So that's really good. So here, Katarina does come in. I shift away, so now Janna is healing up with her ultimate, and I did think that we could have gotten the kill on the Katarina then. Unfortunately, she lives with a sliver of HP, and Lee Sin rotates. So basically, there's 4 people in the top lane, dragon lane. So it was just, yeah, we just got wrecked there. So not going too well for us. I would like to point out that after tier, I did start going into Triforce. So I did pick up my Sheen, and I also have a longsword. So yeah, first dragon is spawning really soon, but our team is not doing too well as a whole. It's 4-6 at the moment, and we are 2k behind. So here Janna just going a little bit aggressive on Xayah. I'm shifting forward, getting off all my damage, but we do get rooted by Seraphine. I do get hit by the tail of the charm as well, which is really unfortunate. Xayah with an amazing ultimate. I have to say, this Xayah's playing pretty well. She does use her ultimate to dodge mine, and here I barrier, and I try my best to survive here. Survive for longer than I thought, and I do die there. Katarina goes on a rampage, and unfortunately the tower does not give me the return kill on the Katarina, so things really not going our way here. Gragas and Rengar in a 1v1, and Rengar gets the kill on Gragas as well. Things really not going the way of our team at the moment. Yeah, it's just not going well. The Xayah, as I said, Xayah did do really well to to use her ultimate and avoid mine. So if I did hit the ultimate, probably we could have killed Xayah, but you know, we never know. And yeah, so probably because of that, we're probably gonna lose first dragon as well. So here I actually hit the plant, and I actually see the dragon really low. Lee Sin didn't actually smite the dragon. I'm trying to show you guys the view here. It's too late. They do already get the dragon, but if I did not, if I had my ultimate here, I could have probably sniped the dragon, which I found really sad because I didn't have my ultimate. But Lee Sin was really low, and the dragon was really low. He didn't have smite. I believe he probably used his smite in that gank on us with the Katarina. So if I had ultimate, I'd probably get both the kill on the Lee Sin and the Infernal Dragon. So really unfortunate that I already used it to try to kill Xayah, but you know, it is what it is. So at this point in time, I'm 1-3-0, not where you want to be as an Ezreal. I already lost all my champion stacks, so as you guys know from the Ezreal complete guide that I just released, I do take champion on Ezreal, so I didn't lose all my champion stacks. There, here I'm gonna use my ultimate. I get the assist on the Katarina because it was low. Now you see in this fight, in this game, I should say, in this game, I'm not really using my ultimate as a sniping tool to snipe low health enemies. I'm more of using it to get assists or slash help my team from across the map. Here, I don't really want to 1v1 the Xayah, but I don't really have a choice here. Xayah actually flashes to get the root. Now this is a really good move by Xayah. Xayah's not gonna be able to kill me 1v1, even though she is significantly ahead of me. She's not gonna be able to kill me 1v1 with just her basic attacks, even though she's so ahead of me. I still do more damage than her because Xayah, especially in the early game, her main damage is her E, is not her basic attack. So she needs to hit her E to kill me, and what she does there is really smart. She commits her flash, so she flashes behind me, and that allows her to press her E, and all the feathers come, and I get hit by all the feathers. So here I've respawned, of course. Here I do get the snipe on the Xayah. I pretty much ignore the Katarina there. I get the Q snipe on the Xayah, and then we get the kill on the Katarina as well. So we do get some return. So this game is not a straight up stomp where the enemies destroy us. However, as you guys can see, the enemies do have a very significant gold lead on us. We're on 23k gold. The enemy's on 29k gold. So we are losing by 6k gold, which is a really significant amount. So the enemies are not stomping us like with a 10-12k gold lead, but I do get some return kills here and there. But they are winning the game. Really, obviously, this is a really one-sided game. They're really winning the game, but we are getting some return kills. So all hope is not lost at this point. So now Katarina is by herself. She's pretty caught out. Unfortunately, we don't really gap close against her. So we're gonna try to actually chase her. We managed to nearly kill her, but she runs to mid lane where her team is. And you know, Xayah's over there, so we try to get a kill on the Katarina. Katarina lives on 1 HP again, and instead the enemy team is, you know, they're so ahead of us that was technically our fight to win or lose, but you know, it doesn't go well because the enemy team is just too ahead of us, and we really can't you know, get too much out of it, unfortunately. But it was not that decision was not really wrong. The fight could have gone in our favor, and that could have been the fight that turned the game. But unfortunately, the enemy team was just too ahead. Katarina coming in over here. I'm gonna bear her. I'm gonna eat away. You know, flash away and everything. Katarina at this point, she's really fat. She has both her Gunblade and Oblivion Orb completed at this point. She's 5-4. We don't want to mess with her, especially since we are not in the best shape ourselves. We're 3-4-1 at the moment. No idea where the Janna Tornado was going, but yeah, we're 3-4-1 at the moment. We're not doing too hot. We did have our Triforce completed, so this is kind of our major power spike. Next one being the Manami power spike. But Katarina just does insane amounts of damage. She commits too much, so she does die to the Kha'Zix. However, we die, which is not what we want to see there. So at this point, 3-5. You know, we're not doing too well. Ezreal, as I said in the company guide, he's supposed to be really safe, but honestly, Katarina is just very mobile. What can you really do against a Katarina who's just running you down? She did pay for it with her life though, so it's not the worst. But we still die there, which is not what we want at all. So our team in general, we have half the kills of the enemy team. We're not doing very well at all. So here, I'm just gonna chase the Lee Sin to get the kill on the Lee Sin. I did use my ultimate there to get off damage and some assists. As I said, this game I'm mainly using my ultimate to get assists and also to do damage to the enemies. Not really looking to execute enemies with it. Now, this is because when you're behind, you really just need to get assists as Ezreal with your ultimate. So here, we managed to get an ace somehow. So this does, this does sort of, I wouldn't say it turned the tide, but it sort of equalizes us a little bit. We're still 6k goal behind, of course, but we do get mid tower and the dragon off that fight, which is really helpful for our chances of winning the game, I would say. So here Rengar ultimates and he just bursts me before I can really even do anything. So that's just really unfortunate. So now, at full disclosure, I was actually in the shopping, but the moment he initially jumped on me, I realized I closed my shop. I tried to arcane shift away, tried to run away, but Rengar is just too fat at the moment, so he destroys me as well. He's 712, so he's really fat. Although I will say the Rengar build is a little bit weird. He has gone for a Black Cleaver and Triforce. So I have no idea what he's thinking there, but we're going to talk about the builds later on at the end of the video. But now we're just going to focus on me, using my ultimate, trying to get assists again. So no one dies, unfortunately, so I don't get any assists, but I do get off a decent chunk of damage, such that the enemy team has to disengage on us. Rengar tries to re-engage, but at this point in time, he's alone. No one's supporting him, so we can't actually, go in on them. So now, Xayah does get the route to disengage from us there, so we're going to chase them afterwards, but nice route by Xayah to disengage. I do think the Xayah on the enemy team is playing pretty well this game. The other team members a bit questionable. Lee Sin, you'll see, make some questionable plays. Katarina overcommits way too much. And Seraphine is doing pretty well as well. Honestly, I think Seraphine and Xayah do play quite well. And but Lee Sin, Katarina, and Rengar do have some questionable engages, which actually does help us try to get back into the game a bit, because they're really ahead. So it's like this, like Katarina just jumping into 3 of us under tower, and Janna just tornadoes her and she's gone. So I mean they are really ahead, but it's not ahead to the point where you can do that. So they are constantly 6k goal ahead of us, but you can't just jump into the tower as a Katarina against like a Janna and expect nothing to happen. So we did punish her for that, of course, and we do get the kill on the Katarina. So now I'm still not doing too well. I still have like 6 deaths, 6 kills, 6 deaths. So now it's at least even at the moment in terms of my KDA. But my team, we're 16, 20, 23. So here I get off what I consider to be a really good ultimate, because they're all at choke points. So I'm launching my ultimate straight through, and it allows me to hit everybody with my ultimate, and then we're gonna chase for the kills. Really got 2 kills there. And we chased the Rengar for a kill and another kill. So as you guys can see, the tide is slowly turning. So I'm paying for Baron, because on the enemy team only the Lee Sin is left alive. Now it's true that Lee Sin is the jungler, he can of course make a steal, but my entire team, with exception of Gragas, is alive. So it's a 4-for-1 there. So this is a really good Baron opportunity. Unfortunately, we don't really have that much damage to burst the Baron, and Zed's taken pretty low. Janna is dying to the Lee Sin, so we're gonna have to help her out here. We're gonna eliminate the Lee Sin from the equation. Janna lives with a sliver of health. Zed gets executed by the Baron. Janna is fine though. Kha'Zix secures the Baron, and we got Baron buff on 4 people, including the Gragas who has respawned. So that's still pretty decent. So now this Baron is really gonna help us to turn the tides, because Baron buff is really powerful. Here I tried to ultimate to save the 2nd tier tower from the minions, but to no avail. The tower is just gone to the minions. Unfortunately, there are too many minions. My ultimate can't clear all of them. It did clear some of them, as you guys can see. I did get some minion gold from the ultimate, but yep, it doesn't go too well. So now I can see that I didn't want to push out top there, but I did see that the enemy is some actions happening at bot. So instead I'm gonna push out mid, and I'm gonna rotate bot to see if I can help out here. So it's a 3v3 at this point. Katarina is pretty low. I'm gonna shift in. Gragas gets a nice knockup here. I'm gonna dodge Seraphine ultimate. So we didn't really get a kill. Katarina's on the side. I'm gonna focus the Katarina. Katarina tries to jump away to get the execute as well as the kill, so I can double kill here. They do manage to kill the Xayah, and I do manage to clean up on the Seraphine. So now I do have my evolved Mana Mune. I do have my Triforce, and I'm halfway towards the Blade of the Rune King. So now at this point in time, I've hit my most major power spike. Ezreal's most major power spike in the game is where you get Triforce completed as well as your evolved Mana Mune completed. So now, Lee Sin, while this entire fight was happening, Lee Sin just managed to secure the dragon for his team. While in the meantime, we did get the rest of the teams. And here I actually do make a mistake here. I could have actually pushed down their second tier tower in the bot lane as well, because Lee Sin clearly was top and the entire enemy team was yet to respawn. Now they have just started respawning, but I recalled and got items and healed up. But honestly, I could have at least pushed maybe a plate or two, if not getting the entire tower. So Rengar does come in on us. He has the flash out because I do so much damage. My ultimate nearly finishes him off, but not enough damage there. Here we don't really have vision of the entire enemy team, so I'm not gonna just jump in on them. So here, Rengar jumps in on all of us. Not a good move on his part. Seraphine, amazing ultimate on all of us. Like I said, Seraphine playing pretty well. She's been hitting ultimates, like 3-man, 4-man ultimates consistently throughout this game. So they're bottling really strong. The Seraphine and Zaya, doing really well. But fortunately, her team does not follow up anything from her ultimate at all. So she isn't really gonna get anything out of it. So now I'm really close to getting my Mortal Reminder. So I'm just gonna stick around to clear this wave so I get enough gold for my Mortal Reminder before I back. And then if you guys notice, I did get an early Zanya's Hourglass, which I have yet to use, fortunately, because the reason is they have a lot of assassins. They have Lee Sin who has backline access to me, Katarina who has backline access, and Rengar who has backline access as well. So really easy for me to get assassinated, and also if I get charmed by Seraphine, I'm in deep danger. So I don't want that to happen. So Zanya's will really help me out in this scenario. Of course, QSS will actually help against Seraphine as well, but it honestly does not have as much value as Zanya's in this particular match with so many assassins. So I do actually get off another ultimate there, to get some damage off. As I said, pretty much this entire game I use my ultimate in the same way, which is just to get damage off and get assists. Lee Sin jumps into all of us, not a good move. He goes down, and 4 of us are gonna siege this mid lane. Actually, Seraphine pretty much just runs away. She does get off the ultimate, but no follow-up again, unfortunately, so not really gonna do too much. But we are gonna just back off here, and we're just gonna go perhaps go for the Baron. I see some pinks coming for Baron, but Rengar just jumps into all of us. I'm gonna destroy him. I'm now godlike. So here, we're gonna get another good fight on the enemy team. Here we go, double kill on the Seraphine, we kill the Zaya as well, and now at this point, the enemy team is wiped out. They have like 50-second death timers at this point in time. It's 17 minutes into the game, so now we're just gonna end the game. I'm trying to pick up the wolves here while waiting for the minion wave, but I don't manage to pick up anything. Doesn't really matter. We're just gonna go in and end the game. So we're just gonna push down the inhib. Gonna try to end the game. Now this part actually, we do have some drama happening here. I'm gonna use my ultimate to clear wave. And we're just gonna focus the Nexus. Lee Sin goes in, kicks Zed into the base. We run out of minions. Janna gets executed. Zed revives there. Zed gets executed. Now I could probably have saved him if I stepped in there, but the Nexus is doing a ton of damage. I didn't really want to risk it, but we do manage to get the victory right there. So really intense game there. Major comeback from us. So now we're just going to take a look at the stats. Alright, so as you guys can see, from 6-6 something, we went to 13-6. So we did manage to pick up 7 kills after our initial 6 kills. So we got 6 kills, 6 deaths, and then after that we managed to get 7 kills without dying. So at the late game, that's how you play Ezreal optimally. You want to play safe like I did in the later part of the game. Now in the early game, I'll admit I was a little bit too aggressive there, but I made up for it by, making smart decisions in the later part of the game, and then we came back as a team. The enemy team, honestly, I gotta be honest here, this game, the only reason we won this game is because the enemy, Rengar and Katarina, they were way too aggressive. They kept jumping into the team. Lee Sin like once or twice as well, but mainly the Rengar and Katarina were way too overconfident. They kept jumping into our team, which allowed us to get kills on them, let us get some footing in the game, and also putting their team a member down, which let us, do a lot better in fights. So now I'm gonna take a quick look over here at everyone's build, and also Kha'Zix, his build is fine. Kha'Zix can go Black Cleaver first into Duskblade and Youmuu's, nothing wrong there. Gragas is going for a standard AP build. Zed standard build. Janna standard build. So now as you guys can see, we did get somehow we did get an S there. I honestly I don't know why this is an S. I gotta be honest here. Janna does get an S as well. Zed as well, he gets an A. Now, we did do most tower damage. We did get the most gold, the most kills, and the most teamfight participation, most champion damage. I have no idea how we got all these achievements, considering how at the early game we got completely destroyed. I guess in the late game we just made up for it, pretty well, I guess. So Zaya played really well, but KDA doesn't show for it, and her build, honestly, I think is horrible. Now, I don't like Blade of the Rune King and Runaan's Hurricane on Zaya. I'm gonna discuss this at length at the Zaya Complete Guide video, so I'm not gonna talk too much about it here. But I don't believe in Blade of the Rune King or Runaan's Hurricane in the Zaya build. I think Zaya should just go full crit. And Ma is questionable. Now, I'm AD, Kha'Zix is AD, Zed's AD, Janna doesn't really do damage, and the only AP on the enemy team is Gragas, so I think that's really questionable. Now, I think that you can go Ma if like you have an Evelynn jungle, you have like Katarina mid, and you have like, I don't know, AP Varus in the bot lane or something like that. So if you have like like 2 or 3 giant AP threats in the enemy team, you can go for Ma if you really want to, but not in this case. So I don't think that's really good. Katarina standard build. Lee Sin goes for like an assassin kind of build, which is fine. Seraphine goes for a mage build, not a support build, which is alright, I guess. Solo queue, it's fine. Rengar with a really questionable build. He goes for both Black Cleaver and Triforce together, a big no. And then he goes for like Mortal Reminder. Although he didn't build that second, but he built the Executioner's first, and then he later built onto Mortal Reminder. So that's fine. So he basically went Black Cleaver into Triforce, and then Duskblade and Mortal Reminder after that. But you should never have these two items together in the first place. And as a Rengar, why are you building Triforce, and to some extent why you're even building Black Cleaver? Because I think Rengar, unlike Kha'Zix, probably is better just going for a full burst, like the straight into Duskblade, straight into Youmu's, and then like Mortal Reminder and Guardian Angel, all that. Don't really agree with this Rengar build at all. But let's take a look at the more of the stats. I guess you could say the numbers for the stats. Alright, so here we have the numbers. So as you can see, somehow we did the most champion damage. Now honestly, no one is even close. Somehow we like outdamaged like the Katarina, Xayah, and Rengar with apparently no trouble at all. Nearly 10k, a hit of some of them. Rengar is the closest, about 5k behind. Our team does pretty well. Zed did pretty decent amount of damage as well. Gragas as well. Kha'Zix did a lot less damage than I thought, and Janna did a lot more damage than I thought. Enemy team across the board did fine, I guess you could say. Like they did all do quite a bit of damage, not as much as me though, but they did all do quite a bit of damage. I did take a ton of damage though, and so did Gragas, but Gragas, he's a lot more tanky than me, but yeah, I did take a lot of damage. Now, as you guys can see, Rengar and Katarina did take a ton of damage because they kept jumping into us, and basically the entire team just dogpiled their damage onto them. So that's not what you want to do as an assassin who's a hit. Now you gotta always remember that if you're an assassin and you're a hit, you want to not just jump into an enemy team. Definitely you want to find picks, you want to flank during team fights. You don't want to just jump in by yourself. Now, no matter how fed you are as an assassin, you are never going to be able to just jump into the enemy team and expect to kill everybody. Now, you might get a kill and die, you might get 2 kills and die, but you're definitely going to die. There's no way you're going to be getting out unless you're like miles and miles ahead. Like, I'm talking about like 12k goal lead kind of circumstances. So yeah, there's nothing too notable to talk about here. Now, if you guys notice, I did get 26 kill participation, which is the most of my team. How did I do that? The Ezreal ultimates. The Ezreal ultimates to deal damage to the people in the team fight, which I'm not in. Now, I don't know what kind of phrasing that was, but what I really mean is when I'm not in the team fight, I can launch my ultimate from halfway across the map, from anywhere on the map. Actually, I'm halfway. I can top lane, the fight's happening in bot lane, I can fire my ultimate and it hits like, a couple of people, they die, I get assist, I get more kill participation, I get assist goal, all that good stuff. So you want to actually just launch your Ezreal ultimate and use it in that way. That's one of the ways you can use your Ezreal ultimate other than like sniping or checking, using it to check vision. So we do quite well in that aspect. And yep, that's pretty much it for this commentary guide. Thanks for watching the video, and goodbye.